Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. Everyone, we won again between Q and Professor. Let's see what they're playing as. Here we have Professor going for Ostdivision for the Wehrmacht and going straight for Osttruppen. Meanwhile, we have Q as the Soviet Union without a commander choice yet. We have a basic Eastern Front battle here on, Crossroads. Let's see how this will turn out then. Osttruppen versus conscripts. We're gonna see the Germans are pulling in a lot of Eastern Europeans and Volksdeutsche, which they have essentially most likely forced to fight for them against the Soviet onslaught coming their way. This should be fascinating. Always highly fascinating to see how these two play in 1v1s. Taking a lot of 1v1s done, by the way. I'm trying to get a lot more other matches out there, but this one was on my list, so I might as well get it done, you know? See what happens. They generally get some good matches. And more conscripts coming onto the field here. Osttruppen now revealed themselves, so it's pretty sure now that Q knows that the Germans are bringing a lot of the Eastern European quote-unquote allies to do the fighting for them. No, it's possible we might actually even see the battle groups of the Romanians and Hungarians, but I somewhat doubt that. People rarely use them. The conscripts are just running around capturing territory for the Soviet Union. We have a Volksgrenadier, I think. Yeah, a normal Volksgrenadier from Germany, being prepared to try and support the Osttruppen. Or perhaps the Osttruppen are there to support for the Volksgrenadiers. Never know. The Professor's not really capturing a lot of territory though, which could be a problem. Soviets have gained a lot of ground already thanks to their capturing. Here comes the Volksgrenadiers, can be equipped with PPSHs when you're playing as the Ostdivision, which is a pretty handy upgrade in all honesty. The Germans did capture them a lot and utilize them a lot on the Eastern Front. As it even says there, they actually distributed field manuals on how to use them and handle them, which is a pretty fascinating thing. Still no command choice yet from the Soviet Union, however. Might see a grenade coming out here. Yeah, grenade going out there. But one of the Osttruppen did not get... Oh! Satchel charge as well! That's gonna force the Osttruppen to get out of there. Very nicely job there by the Soviets. Soviets have to be cautious though, because when the Germans actually get their supplies set up, they might actually be able to make a comeback. We've got a fourth Osttruppen coming in, so we have a lot of Osttruppen on the field. Like an Ostlegion trying to hold at the crossroads here. Now the Volksgrenadiers actually present some actual Germans. The machine gun coming out for the Soviet Union. A Maxim. Man's trying to get inside that building, but I don't think that building's going to help that much. They were a distraction though, allowing the other Soviet unit to get up. But they might get mowed down by... Yeah, the Volksgrenadiers took them out with only one casualty. That's the power of a good German squad behind some cover, everyone. Because Volksgrenadiers are not bad. They're actually considered regular like Grenadiers. They look pretty decently. People have this misconception that the Volksgrenadiers were, for some reason, a weaker level of units. Mostly because of Company Heroes 1, I believe, and the name Volks in them. They were actually pretty well trained and drilled for most of the cases. Like, it varies a lot from unit to unit, obviously, but they were pretty competent for the most part. Here's the Maxim. I don't think they'll be able to fight a machine gun though. Especially without any proper equipment themselves. Only Kar-98s. Osttruppen quickly trying to rush up their support, but the Volksgrenadiers are pushing back. Pulling back, rather. Osttruppen are trying to overrun the conscripts up here. I think they will be able to overrun the conscripts there simply because of sheer numbers. But they suck at aiming, as you can see. They don't really get the proper training. They kind of showcase how bad Osttruppen are at aiming. Now the battlefield has become even in terrain again. We have a machine gun coming out for the Germans. Looks like it's going to be an MG42. Very powerful German machine gun, a very high and rapid rate of fire. Manpower upgrade coming out for the Soviet Union. We have a commander choice. Looks like it is Tank Destroyer. Be fascinating. Tank destroyer against Ostlegion or Ostdivision. See how this will work. Ostrop are quickly rushing up at the Sabbaths here, forcing the Sabbaths to get back. Getting range to the base defense.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
We also have some actual Fortifications in the battlefield, actually trained Soviet soldiers. They'll perform a lot better than the conscripts will.
MG squad awaiting orders.
We have a second Maxim on the field. Double Maxims and double Fortifications on the field shortly. So the Soviets are bringing in a little bit more better equipped and well-drilled troops now, rather than just the conscripts. Ooh, mines being laid here by the Osttruppen. Good to see. It's gonna be a Regal mine. Very nicely done. They're laying more mines down here. Very good to see mine usage. You want to do that as the Germans. That's a very good German thing to do. But I think they'll be caught off guard here. And we're already seeing mineseavers being handed out to the Sabbaths. But Ostrom have to quickly evacuate from here, but I don't think they'll be able to do much. And here comes the minesweepers. The thing is, German mines do have a chance of triggering, even if you're even if you're trying to disable them, because they have countermeasures installed on them. You know, we have the MT-42 set up here. Oh, we have PPSA just handed out to the Volksgrenadier. But Maxim will cut them down if they get around that corner. Would have used the satchel charge to clear one of the mines. You also have another Volksgrenadiers on the field now. Also being equipped probably with PPSHs shortly. Yep, there they go. A very Eastern Front battle going on here along this crossroads. At least for now. DPM equipped on this Fontoviki. Not sure what the other Fontoviki will get. I assume also DPM. Although you can actually get the PPSH with drum magazines if you're playing as tank destroyer. Which is a pretty good ability for them. Ah, he's trying to shoot the mine. I don't think shooting a Regal mine with bullets is gonna work. Ping, ping, ping? Yeah, you need to do something else to get rid of that Regal mine. Ah, he's getting a tank hunter team. He's probably gonna shoot them out with the PTRS. Pillbox being established here. That could be a problem for the Soviets to get through. The Volksgrenadiers are gonna try and buy time for the Pioneers and, well, actually it's Osttruppen trying to establish it. Here's the tank hunter team. Arriving with the PTRS, semi-automatic Soviet anti-tank rifle. We also have an officer arriving on the field here, a 6-man officer team. A lieutenant. I'm not good at the Soviet names of it. MT-42 being equipped on the pillbox. That's going to make it very hard to push through here unless they get something that can actually destroy pillboxes. I like the satchel charges. The problem is they have to get close. It's not going to be the easiest thing to accomplish. MT-42 here opening fire in the center. Ah! Playing the... Oh, okay. He's making openings. Very smart.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Pillbox should be able to open fire here, yep. Already cutting into the Sabbaths there. And I don't think the tank hunters will be able to do much against the pillbox. The concrete bunker, so it's very hard to pierce. Oh, he's trying to hit the mine, isn't he? Yeah, but even that's not really working. He did actually damage it though, but was not enough. So the mines are actually paying off because it looks like Q is being too cautious and not risking his Sabbaths on trying to disable them. Because they do have that countermeasure installed on them. Ah, you have the officer calling artillery though. High explosive fire for effect going in there. Didn't really do that much. There we go. But it is a concrete bunker. And those mortars are not big enough to deal with that. You also have some guards here arriving from the field for the Tank Destroyer Regiment. Or Corps, I believe they call it, actually. They can actually sneak, which is very unique to them. So we have a sneaking guard here with Panzerfaust and anti-tank assaults. There's a mortar coming after the Soviet Union. We also have Panzer Grenadiers arriving here or have arrived for the Ostdivision. Probably one of the best Panzer Grenadiers in the game is available to Ostdivision, the 25th. Can be equipped with LMG-42s and scope Sturmgewehrs amongst other things. A pretty damn good unit, by the way. You're only limited to have 2 of them on the field at a time, however. We even have a German sniper arriving. Also one of the unique units available to Ostdivision. I think only Infantry also gets them. Oh, Great Assault. It worked out, but they lost the guards. Not sure that was worth it. The 2 pushing up here. So it's not lacking the equipment to stop the 2v2 at the moment. The 25th could move up behind us, but looks like the Volksgrenadiers will. Sandbag wall is providing the maximum degree of cover for a while. Another 2-2 is driving up. We do have another tank hunt on the field. But he's not targeting the vehicle. Oh, it's not even penetrating. Well, it doesn't even have Radpanzer yet. There we go, you got the main gun. The R2-2 has to back off. Oh, but it's been mobilized. So So's meant to repulse this attack for now. But here come the Panzer Grenadiers with their scope Sturmgewehrs. They'll make quick work of those sappers. You also have the Fontoviki coming up now. But with the scope Sturmgewehrs, I think the Panzer Grenadiers should win that engagement. Unless these sappers can get close enough. He needs to reprioritize. Ooh, this is actually a tight fight, but the Ostrom are nearby. Sappers going in for it. And that's forcing the Panzer Grenadiers to run back. Here come the Osttruppen. Lots of Eastern Europeans marching in here. In support of their German overlords, I'd say at this point. Half-track coming in from the Soviet Union. Looks like it's going to be the Crowd Mower. Lend-Lease from the United States. Quad 50 cal. Really damn potent. Pack 40 coming out for the Ostdivision. They're probably anticipating a vehicle. Well, they still have the pillbox holding the southern flank. Fontoviki was able to suppress the Ostrom, but they will be able to get back into cover, I think. But the mortar keeps shelling them. Well, it hasn't scored a kill yet, but it does a lot of hits to the psyche of your opponent, because they could hit anywhere. Got a tank destroyer, a tank on the back there. We also have Siberians coming onto the field. Another unique unit available to tank destroyer, used for long range combat. Here's the Crowd Mower. They're trying to set up another pillbox, but this one might be too late. But now the Crowd Mower is here, and they should probably just evacuate before it's too late. Most Grenadiers mowed down on the road. Those Ostrom are going to be in trouble. Panzer Grenadiers being hit. They got the pillbox up, but is it worth a cost for a Panzer Grenadier? They might not even be able to hold that pillbox. Well, the Crowd Mower has to reload.
Under attack.
It takes a while to load the Crowd Mower. But it's also devastating. It did just kill a Panzer Grenadier and a Volksgrenadier.
Yes, comrade.
But that pillbox will get ready. Now the thing is, does this guy even have anything that can stop a pillbox? I guess they have the PTRS, but that's not going to do a lot in a while. Anti-tank grenade did not do much. Yeah, that's not the most efficient way to get rid of a pillbox, especially when the sappers cannot get there. But the PTS is just slowly picking at it. It is a semi-auto rifle, so... The Iberians are on the field now, being equipped with SKSs. Ooh, very nice. The late war semi-automatic rifle of the Soviet Union. Also used mostly throughout the Cold War, and most famously in the Vietnam War, I believe. Was Tupner coming to stop them? Ah, the pillbox also counts as a side blocker, by the way. But the Pioneers are coming around. Oh, so it's gonna be very hard for the Soviets to get out of this one because there's double pillboxes. That's for each coming up for the Germans. This gun on the coming under the fields. Some recon infantry as well. Although the Iberians technically count as recon, they cannot stealth. Well, camouflage. They do. They're very good at long range though. Already firing towards this pack here. I think the Ostrom are not going to stand a chance against these guys. They're also being equipped with a scoped SVT. Need to focus on the ones that are getting close, thanks to the semi-auto rifles. Krautmoni is nearby. Echo going out though. Right on him. Ooh. Hurt them a little bit, but they're still in the fight. The Siberians are really good infantry. Don't underestimate them. But here comes the Panzer IV-H. I think the Soviets are lacking in gear to stop this unless this Sis can get a really good shot. Which it could get here, but it would be from the front. Soviet infantry do also have anti-tank grenades, which makes them exceptionally good if the tank gets too close. So Soviets taking up for their own tank building now. Probably realizing they probably should have done that a little bit ago if they could. Or Panzer is arriving for the Ostdivision. Or 25th. Coming onto the field, already being equipped with a scope Sturmgewehrs immediately and an LMG-42 right behind it. Makes them have a lot of firepower in one little package.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Ah. Looks like we have the recon team spotting for the mortar.
What do you need?
Problem is, there is a concrete bunker, and concrete bunkers are very hard to deal with, as I've stated. One tactic is actually to smoke it and then rush up a sapper.
What do you need?
I suppose you have orders.
Ostropner still marching around. Trying to find a good spot to be in. If they can actually get some veterancy, they can be equipped with a lot of decent equipment. Need to get some veterancy 3 and 2 though. And veterancy 2 they actually get an extra man. So they can actually match up with conscripts in that aspect. Panzer IV pushing forward, Panzer Grenadiers supporting it as they should. That's kind of what they are experts at. Oh, good shot from the Sis. That Panzer IV has to either pull back. Or it's committing. And that was probably a bad idea. High-explosive being loaded here. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Oh, and the Panzer Grenadiers go down. Oh, not good. Have it on the sharpshooter again. I lost sight of when the other sniper died. But it's not looking good for the Germans now. The Soviets have suddenly turned this around. With Sisses on the field, they're gonna have a lot more of an effective artillery platform available. Because the Sis serves also as an artillery platform, which is a very good utility for the Soviet Union. A lot of Soviet weapons have a lot of versatility to them with multi-purpose action.
Men, on me. AT gun here. Here.
We have the sharpshooter here, trying to get some pot shots at the Sis. Yeah, getting one Soviet, but that's gonna be a very long firefight. Oh, and they're trying to aim for the Sis at the moment. Oh, I think the idea is actually to hit the pillbox. That's just not really getting the best shots here because they're behind heavy cover.
One of our forward buildings.
And the idea is definitely to hit the pillbox here, but there's some blockers in the way for now. They're not really hitting that well. But the Panzer IV has arrived. Snipers are standing out in the open. Probably not the best spot to be. Panzer IV coming through, but the scissors are ready. High explosives being loaded here. We'll stop the linear charge. One crew killed. Bravo opening fire. No penetration. So it's a rushing the Panzer IV. It's Bravo down. Small Panzer Faust here on the Siberians. Penetrates, kills the crew. Pulling out of control, and the Sis finishes it off. Good utilization there of the Soviets' abilities. But it looks like that the Germans have lost a lot of equipment and units. Another 25th Panzer Grenadier coming out to the fields. Oh! One of the bunker got destroyed? Ah, probably thanks to this, Sis. Okay. Kill him on the flank. The Soviets need to regain that fuel point, though. They've been falling behind for a while. There's the Siberians leading the way. Was that the officer? Pack is loading high explosive shell. Probably... Oh, it's probably intended for the Siberians, but they went out of range. And when the Siberians get close, they'll mow down the team with high explosives, with their semi-automatic weapons. Just like that. Good utilization of the Siberian infantry right there. Sharpshooters are moving up, but he's gonna have a hard time against Siberians of all things. They're quite common to dealing with sharpshooters.
We are losing a sector.
25th are moving up though to try and serve as a shield for him. High explosive shells going in from the Sis guns. We can hear them. Just landing wildly, but it looks like with the Panzer Grenadier support, the Siberians are pushed back for now. Second 25th. Okay, so we're going for full on 25th Panzer Grenadiers now to replace the front line. Very costly, but they are very effective if they can get into good positions. Sharpshooter is doing his best here. Using the increased zoom. Allows him to see very far. In a, I believe what it's called? Not a 360, but like it's just ahead of him. You can see much further just ahead of him. Artillery called in by the Soviet officer, I think. Oh, that's coordinated artillery, actually. Okay. An Su-85 coming onto the field, I think. Yeah, that's an Su-85. Stuk G coming onto the field. Osthopen used to recrew equipment. That's a good utilization of them. Even merging in, so it just becomes a full crew, but that means the Osthopen squad is now no longer available. 25th are pushing up slowly. There's recon here. I don't think the sniper counts as recon. He will not be able to spot them. Oh, he does! He does count as recon. Lots of artillery strikes coming in on the German positions, but so far they've been lucky. That luck might not last forever though. They need to be careful. Panzer Grenadiers are pushing forwards.
Su-85 tank destroyer ready.
This gun nearby. More Siberians come onto the field for the Soviet Union. G is also available. High explosive loaded. Ooh, almost killing out the Fonsoviki. But Siskan got a very good flanking shot there. Forces Stuk to pull back. Officer almost killed Su-85 on the field here. Good shot there from the... and Su-85 down from the Stuk! Oh god! Second Stuk coming onto the field.
Has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
Hansgrid is doing a good job here, just holding up the front line. Osttruppen on the field. In order to push forward. Artillery barrage being used here. Close range artillery barrage. Probably intended to stop the Osttruppen. Panzerfaust on the assist gun, destroying it. Very good utilization of it there. Sacrificing the Eastern Europeans for it. Oh, good artillery shot. Oh. They have to grab that Panzerschreck and get out of there, I think. Ah, but they did not grab the Panzerschreck. That's good, yes, I'm retreating. Scharfschütze is just keeping an eye on the front line of this tree. Stuck pushing up, very risky move. But the scissors are not getting any luck there. Double Stuk though, good to see. I always appreciate Stuks. The Siberians have been able to hold the front line around the graveyard. He has to be very cautious wherever he moves. Moving into Siberians is not an easy thing to do. He actually has been able to hold fire, so he's staying hidden there in that little crater. But he's been spotted. There's no cover there, so he's actually spotted. That sniper needs to be very, very careful. The double Stuk is potent, so I like it. I should get the Pioneers and repaying that final one. Hansgrid is ready to move again. Once who have lost the Panzerschreck, still they have not gotten a replacement weapon. So they're gonna make a push here for the center instead. Going through here. 4 guards in the field of the 67th, the ones that can sneak. Several more scissors are being called onto the field as well. Hansgrid have revealed themselves now. Was doing close range fire. High explosive loaded. 67 guards are still sneaking around. Oh, good shot with high explosive killing the mortar! And the scissors dead. 67 are trying to get into a better position, I think. So the Panzer is pushing forwards. Probably have to Stuk lead the way. Them themselves. Oh, but on the... These guys might almost be in the flank now to get rid of them. Yeah, they're going for it. Doing that tank great assault, I think. Yes, there they are. But they got mowed down right afterwards. Those Sturmgewehrs are not kidding around. Also, they didn't have the way on an open road, which is considered negative cover. Howitzer going up here for the Ostdivision is already opening fire. The 10.5 centimeter Feldhaubitze, like the Feldhaubitze, which is the basic howitzer of the German army in World War II, I believe.
We have new units.
Or Osttroppen coming onto the fields. Oh, good shot! Wounding and hurting most of the models, but didn't kill anyone. I thought that's just probably pulled back for healing. Hitting them there. Soviets are making a push for the center here. Hansgrid is almost ready again for action. Soviets are pushing through for the center. They might be aiming to take out that howitzer if they can. They've already done the flare, so the Germans know they might be coming. The Battleadler going in. Stuk on the field here. They might be in a bad position. Well, looks like it might work out for them. Once again, gonna get mowed down. Just more Syscon to try and get in position, but the Soviets are suffering heavy losses here. It looks like the Germans have a very good defense set up at this Crossroads. And a good shot there from the Sys. But high explosive from the Stuk takes it out. Just destroyed. And more Panzergrenadiers is leading the way. Oh, merging with the conscripts, very nice.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Ostrom meanwhile taking the field points up here again.
We have an isolated sector.
Soviets are still trying their best to hold, and this is a very weakened Sysgun. No bottles have died yet, well, except that guy. More sappers coming onto the fields. One of the 25th went down here. Ostrom taking heavy losses too. And the Soviets are pulling more men onto the battlefields. We have a major, actually. The highest ranking field officer you can call in as the Soviets. More sappers arriving as well. Oh, both 25th went down to the Sysguns. Germans are losing a lot of valuable Panzergrenadiers here. They are very costly to replace. They cost 300. That's actually not too bad. That's not too bad. Bunker's still holding up down here. Second pillbox going up here from the Osttruppen. I really want to cover this area. Here comes more of the 25th. And already getting their scope Sturmgewehrs and an MG42. Very good loadout for them. I guess there's no need to really try and invest in the Panzerschreck because they haven't really faced a lot of armor. Well, there's a Panzerschreck underground there that could be utilized. We also have an ISU 152. Now, that might be a problem for the Germans to deal with. Oh, Panzerschreck equipped here on the Osttruppen. That's quite a weapon to find. There's a landing over the battlefield. Looks like the German house has not been utilized in counter barrage. Then again, it probably is a wise idea it isn't, but I think counter barrage would basically nullify the Soviet utilization of their Sysguns as artillery pieces. Oh, good direct shot, almost killing them. Killing all, but I think the blast shield protected them. The ISU 152 will definitely be a problem though for the Germans. Oh, merging with them, and then that's very nice. It's good to see the merge ability being used by both sides. Recon plane coming overhead. Oh, and the Stuk went down to a one-shot there from a Sysgun. That's for H coming up behind us. The Siberians meanwhile are still keeping back the Germans. This Siberian squad has a lot of kills. Very good. So just keep an eye on everything that's going on this front line. ISU 152 has almost hit the field, which will immediately become a problem, I think. Probably going to be loaded with high explosive shells rather than armor piercing, mostly because of the kind of troops they're fighting. Mattcasting is trying to make a push up here, but like, moving up against Siberians like that is probably not going to work out. Yeah, it isn't. They managed to pull back though without taking too many losses, so that's fine. And here's the ISU 152. I imagine it's going to switch to high explosives. We do have another Panzer IV-H coming onto the field though, so perhaps keeping an armor piercing might not be that bad. At least until the tanks are dealt with. That is a very loud engine.
Ready for orders.
We're about to get hammered by artillery.
Oh, looks like the house is aiming for the Siberians now. It's a Veterancy 5 Siberian squad. No wonder they're a pain in the ass. Osttruppen in the charge. Panzer 4 leading the way. With Osttruppen for support on the flank here. Panzer 4 was taken out. High explosive there from the pack killing the crew.
AT guns have been neutralized. We have a new Panzer
More Siberians are trying to be a problem here. Taking out one Osttruppen squad. Panzer 4 is being very brave. But there's AP loaded on this ISU. Tunk! And that's the Panzer 4. Second Panzer 4 is on the field though. High explosives now being loaded on the ISU. So all these units up here are in jeopardy. Takes a while to switch shells, however, as you can see.
vehicles can be marked and targeted.
52 reports enemy contact.
This is the other Panzer 4.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
It's Mthis equipped here on the conscripts. Ammo rack here from the side from the Mthis. Very nice. I think the Germans are in a very hard position now. Down to 3 units. And that's an Osttruppen squad wide from the face of the earth. Major is trying to capture the point and succeeds.
Officers are ready to
Although you actually don't want to use your highest ranking combat officers in combat anymore. You want to keep them a little bit behind the line because that's where they actually apply their bonus. It applies like sectors that they are bordering. But they're not meant to actually be on the actual front line and doing the fighting themselves. That's not what their intended purposes, and they just got mowed down by the Panzergrenadiers.
made the ultimate sacrifice.
So it looks like the ISU will come back for revenge, however. And kaboom. Yeah, that's a dead Panzergrenadier.
Fresh guards troops are
Pack managed to penetrate though. The frontal armor is actually not that big. I thought the frontal armor would be a little bit higher on the ISU. But I guess not. I guess it is a very big target. Only 1050? I would have expected more. Of course we can judge when we see the Panzer IV's armor when it's out. ISU is being repaired pretty fast.
Panzer 4 ready.
Okay, yeah, the Panzer IV only has 840, so it's not that bad. 1050 is definitely a good one then. And this Germans cannot get close to this thing. The high explosive shells is just too much. Give another assist gun. Ah, but the house immobilizes it. But it can be repaired. Oh, very good shot there from the back. If the Panzer IV can get through the flank here, that could probably take it out. So it's quickly rushing up to take out the pack crew.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
The Iberians on the way to intercept though. Going the main gun at the Panzer IV forcing to pull back.
AT gun is ready for combat.
They actually got the Panzerfaust off, wow. This is, ISU is still in a bad position though. It looks like the howitzer got a good shot off.
We await your command.
Engine Foil 2 equipped here on the Sappers that they found.
Two in combat.
Germans are in a very bad spot. Can they even come back from this? All the SIS guns are up behind this, but I suppose they haven't mobilized the ISU. Problem is just getting rid of it entirely. That was pulling back. Guess to avoid getting in front of this thing. As the ISU cannot turn its turret. It's an assault gun, after all. Because the Germans are being very aggressive, I wanted to kill it.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
But the Soviets are gonna keep it on. Are gonna keep it secure, I think. Using all their infantry nearby it. And the Panzer IV. Ooh, not the angle I want to go in at. You have scissors and protect the flanks of the ISU. I suppose to load it on the Siberians, almost killing them, and that's Siberian 25, Siberian gone! Ooh, that's not a good one. Good job from the SIS guns though. Getting very good penetration shots on the Panzer IVs throughout this game. The Soviets have the units, they just need to utilize them at the moment. I suppose the problem is that pillbox down there. Zappa commands in the field because the Germans are actually lacking in infantry with the capability of repairing. Howitzers opening fire again. This could quickly open fire here. And supposed to pull back.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Oof, just missed. But here comes the Panzer Grenadiers. Using the Sturmgewehrs to the advantage.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Managed to get a satchel off on the howitzer though. That's probably a dead satchel. Or that. No, the howitzer is actually still operational. Just need to grab it. And that was all the sappers the Soviets had access to, so that's ISU is still just stuck there. We also have a Maxim still covering this flank. Panzerfaust going out. Ooh, that's definitely going to buy us some more time. It's still going to be very hard to repair that ISU. Panzer IV is going for it. That's a really risky move. Especially all the SIS is still operational. Oh, I'm not sure I recommend that option. He's too close! He's too close! Wow, it works out still, but that was like... not an action I personally would have recommended. Like, he had the time to probably recruit a howitzer at this point. Of course, I'm not playing at a time, and I understand battles can be quite hectic when you're actually playing. I know that myself, because when I'm playing, I don't really keep an eye on everything that's going on. I have to focus. But it destroyed the ISG 152. The battlefield is somewhat reset, except from the fact that the Soviets still have the superior numbers at the moment. We also have a second ISG 152 coming onto the field, because as you do. I guess the Soviets just have enough resources stored up for it. Probably be better to just get some T-34s or probably. Something, I don't know. Most of them trying to dig in, but they're probably going to become under too much fire here. Looks like the Panzer Grenadiers are preparing for a flank. But the Soviets are pulling through for their other flank here. Nothing to stop them. The howitzer is still very available. Are the Soviets going to snatch it? The Soviets snatched the howitzer. And they are self-destructing it. Well, now that's something they're like taking all the equipment they can out of it. They're going actually getting some manpower from it. Also on the Osttruppen there, but the Panzer Grenadiers have pushed through. But the Siberians are vet 25. They're gonna be very, very hard to deal with at long range. Of course, not all of them are standing behind the right cover at the moment. LMG-42 is now opening fire. That should change that engagement. Like, LMG-42s are really damn potent. Another Panzer IV in the field. What's a Panzer IV? So I would perhaps think Stuck G's would have been more useful. We did see them being utilized earlier, and they actually did a good job. Ah, we have a Hetzer! Nice! A little Hetzer's gonna come onto the field, and I'm not sure how effective it's gonna be against an ISU. I suppose we will find out. Meanwhile, the 67th Guards are still creeping around the battlefield here.
Standing by.
The Germans are still moving around with their Panzer Grenadier. Gonna be the best attempt here, I think. There's too many German infantry. They've been spotted. Yeah, they have to get out of there. Yeah, it's very risky to use like stealth units like that.
Troops have been lost.
Here's the second ISU. Oh, he used Ostrom to merge. Oh, I driver injured by assist shot. Very nice. But he used Ostrom to merge into the squad so they can remain on the field. Very nice to see. These Panzer Grenadiers have to deal with having some Eastern Europeans running alongside them. ISU is still not loaded with high explosives though. But the Germans don't know that. Good high explosive there from the Mthis. One Panzer Grenadier squad down again. ISU is still loaded with armor piercing. That will definitely just cut through these German tanks and vehicle. This is not a tank. This is a tank destroyer. Like, this is a tank. A Panzer IV. This is not a tank. That's the things you have to remember generally when it comes to tracked vehicles. Because with Dushka loaded on the top of this one, this will be able to deal with some infantry a lot easier. And even light vehicles. The Dushka, being a 50 caliber machine gun, will pierce through light vehicles. Do some hefty damage to that. And an overflank might be in trouble. And they might be able to get away. Looks like the Panzer is having a little bit of a hard time keeping up. Oh, they're gonna be able to get close enough to open fire and spray it down. Once they get behind the sandbag, that's over for this AT gun. They're trying with a high explosive though. They might actually get it off. Yeah, they actually got it off. Oh my god, they actually managed it. Meanwhile, the Ostrom are pushing up aggressively. Running into the Siberians. That's not a fight they want to be in. The Siberians are going to cut them down with their semi-auto rifles. Oh, we got a big shot here from the flank by the Panzer IV and the Hetzer. ISU is in trouble. High explosive killing the Mthis gun. But the crew's alive? That's a bug if I've seen any. ISU lost its gun. Bolsheviki quickly trying to rush up. A machine gun on top of the head, so that'll probably have been handy to have. That is awkward with the Mthis crew. That's a bug I haven't seen in ages. Huh, how awkward. How awkward indeed. But yeah, you can see the battles have just turned around. In Spearhead, the battles can turn around on a dime. We thought that the Soviets had this for a while, but now the Germans have it. Double Su-85 coming into the fields. Etzer's pushing up aggressively despite not having a machine gun at the moment. That's a force pushing up here towards the conscripts. 80 grade going out, or they're aiming for 80 grade. Panzerfaust actually. Because you can arm the conscripts with Panzerfaust with your tank destroyer, I forgot that!
Territory is falling into enemy hands.
MD42 pushing up here for the Germans. I think the Germans might have an opportunity to lock down this area now. Need to take out that ISU, however. When these guards are pushing up, but they probably don't know there's an MG42 now. And that will definitely cut them to pieces in seconds. I think literal seconds is all it'll take. Oh, there's not set up anymore. That's gonna allow these guys to get close, but the Panzergrenadiers are getting close. There we go, they get it off! That's a 4 down. Tanks do not have a lot of detection range, if you're wondering. But the guards did die because of it. It's up to a Hetzer now. That's not the word, that's something I want to hear. Hetzer versus ISU. And one shot from the 85 is all it takes. I suppose to load in the 85. Take out the Osttruppen. And you see now the battle is certainly in the Soviets' favor. Or looks like it might be. We also have a Halfman here now for the Ostdivision. Loaded with a Sturmgewehr. Oh, very impressive Halfman. Falling in artillery. Looks like it's going to be a precision strike. No idea where it's going to land though. Oh, it's aiming at. Probably the AI, probably the SU. Okay, it's aiming around here. But it was probably aimed at the SU-85 originally. Probably get in behind cover. But the Germans looks like they will be able to get the upper hand now. They control most of the territory and have actually cut off the Soviets from the munitions and the fuel point. This MG42 is just going to set up here. Man, this battle turned around very suddenly. Very nice to see. German Professor has some really good fights where you never actually know who will win because he can suddenly just shift, like, very quickly. Also long matches. I looks like they aim to destroy the Hetzer here. I guess the frontal sloping at the Hetzer is actually proving a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. One more shot. Missed, really? I guess the Soviets have drunk some vodka or something. Panzer IV approaching. It's probably why they're in camouflage at the moment. ISU is also ready again. Man moving around. That's to be up with PPSHs when you're playing as Ostdivision. Very fascinating. Conscripts gonna throw a Molotov on their mandate. Oh yeah, so they are. Pulling in some artillery strikes. Retaliation, and then they probably have to retreat to replenish. Hackles going in, and an Aufklar. This is the Germans who just turned this battle around. Experience up here. They do not sneak though. They have hit the dirt instead. They don't actually sneak. Probably have to follow the Halfman back, I'd say. I'm not sure what that artillery really was for. Hacker set up behind the Hetzer. We also have a captain arriving for the Soviet Union. But the Soviets are just lacking in munitions at the moment. Mostly because they don't access their munitions point because of the Scud off. And MG42 is just ensuring that won't happen. Honestly, the Soviets need to find another avenue of attack. They still have the ISU. And ISU is on high explosive. Oh boy. This pack might be in trouble. Ah, boom. It missed. Oh no. That's a bad thing for the Soviets. Gonna killed.
Protect our HQ.
Germans actually can get shots into the Russian base now. I don't think the Soviets can turn this around. No, knowing my situation and these two, they will be able to somehow. Just how is the question. Oof, that actually goes one of the base structures of the Soviet Union.
Yes, comrade.
And Soviets are making a move for the munitions point, I feel. One attempt at it anyway. But they quickly give up after encountering the Siberians. Good grenade attempt though.
Cream of the crop rises to the top.
That's an MG42 that Halfman could probably use. When he gets replenished back at base. Recon squad getting up here. Being shot at though. And mowed down by the MT-42.
Brave infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
ISU needs to decide what he wants to do. It's just sitting there not being utilized enough. Very hard to make a decision with such a weapon. Now the howitzer has also been constructed by the Wehrmacht to start and hitting the base. Pack down. An issue now to deal with the Panzer IV. Good shot right there. We also have a recon plane come overhead to mark the Panzer IV. So the issue has to make a decision here. 88 being established. The Soviets cannot allow that to happen. If an 88 gets set up here, I don't think the Soviets can come out of their base at this angle at all. Not even the ISU, I think. Panzer IV down, that's a good thing.
The enemy has destroyed a panzer.
I think the ISU needs to make its move.
52 standing by.
Repairs can wait in this circumstance, I think. It just has to move now. Because that 88 is about to be set up, and that's going to be the death of the ISU, I think. Needs to fire. Nice! It did it just in time.
A squad of infantry has been
If that had waited a little bit longer, I think the ISU would have failed here. He's taking an MT-42 too. Recon team spotted, MT-42 down.
The enemy has
And now the Soviets can certainly turn this around if they act quickly. But they need to act quickly.
Commissar is prepared to join our forces to help inspire our men.
Need to establish territory very fast then. Just get going. Cannot allow the Germans to get back on the front line. They also need to capture that cutoff point. That is very important. Right at the moment now, the Germans lack anything to do with the ISU.
Engineers ready
Double
for
T-54 coming out behind us. That's good to see. T-54s would establish a field presence.
fresh guards.
One Panzer Grenadier down there.
By.
Now the Soviets just need to keep on the advance. So far, a pretty interesting match.
We have a new T-34
Here
standing
comes the
by.
T-34s.
assault gun. Report secure.
Howitzer down as well to the ISU. Now the Soviets are just going to overrun the battlefield, it looks like. Despite the attempts of the Ostlegion. That Panzer IV will not do much against the ASU-85 at that range. And there we go. At this point, I think this, yeah, the Germans are pulling back. The Soviets have won the battle. I hope you all enjoyed this 1 hour long match. And I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye bye.